Well, about what she said, not anymore. What she said about me throwing her to the ground, and that it was everything she says against me is a lie.
May seated, go to order. Record call 11 in now in session.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Contreras, come up to the table, please. Interpreter qualifications, please.
Pamela Wolf, 30182505.
Thank you. Ms. Contreras, you are asking for a restraining order against Ms. Garcia Ortiz, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And do you prefer to be addressed as Ms. Garcia, Ms. Ortiz, or Ms. Garcia Ortiz?
Garcia.
All right, thank you. Ms. Garcia, are you opposing her request for a restraining order?
Si se opone a la orden de restricción que le está pidiendo.
No.
No.
Are you agreeing that she should have a restraining order against you?
Sí.
Yes.
Right, and if you have a restraining order against you, then you will be restricted from contact with her and doing the things that she has said that you've been doing.
Eso de lo que ella está diciendo contra mí, todo es mentira.
Everything she says against me is a lie.
Y también
So
lo que
Ms.
pasa
Ms.
que-
Garcia, make sure you're talking to me. She will translate, but you and I are the ones talking to each other. Do you understand?
Okay.
Do you want her to have a restraining order against you?
Tengo una orden de restricción en contra suya.
Yes, que, quiero que sea como mutua.
Yes, I would like it to be mutual.
You need to file your own paperwork to start a restraining order against her.
Para comenzar contra de él.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need time to do that?
Sí.
Yes.
Well, you can file that paperwork, but right now we're only here on her request for an order against you.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready to have that hearing where she would have to prove that she's entitled to an order and you would be able to put on your own evidence as well as to whether there should be an order against you? Are you ready for that hearing today?
Yes.
All right. Are you ready for that hearing today?
I am.
Ms. Contreras, I'm going to have you stand up and raise your right hand. The clerk will swear you in.
Levanta la mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Solemnly swear the testimony you shall give
Juro
before
solemnemente que el
before
testimonio
this
que
court
daré la
be the
causa
truth,
que
the
me
whole truth, and
conteste
nothing
sobre
but
la
the truth.
verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Yes.
Sí, gracias. Se puede sentar.
Your full name, please.
Jacqueline Reyes Contreras,
Jacqueline.
Spell your last name.
Reyes,
And do you prefer to be addressed as Ms. Reyes or Ms. Contreras?
Ms. Reyes.
Okay. I didn't have that written down here from the paperwork they gave me, so I'm glad you cleared that up for me, Ms. Reyes. The things you put in your paperwork, I know I've already read all of that, but you need to now testify under oath. Even if it's in the paperwork, you need to tell me what has happened that led to you asking for a restraining order against her. Go ahead, please.
I'm seeking a restraining order against Ms. Garcia Ortiz, this woman who I personally don't know. She started contacting
Excuse me,
me
Your
early
Honor.
November.
Yes.
She has to go slower because she's reading, so she
Right.
reads really fast.
Yes.
So if she can go slower and I'll sit closer to her. Thank you.
All right. Slow down. Let the interpreter do her job. Continue.
So I restart or?
Sure.
I'm seeking a restraining order
Lower.
against Ms. Garcia Ortiz, this woman who I personally don't know. She started contacting me early November of last year, 2023, via social media. writing to me about her personal life situations, insulting me with bad words, and disturbing my peace with late night and early morning messages. I did let her know that I had nothing to do with her personal problems and her personal issues to leave me alone. It was brought up to my attention by her that she was supposedly the wife of a former friend of mine. At that time that she started contacting me, which it was not true. On December 25th, she attacked me physically by punching me, kicking me, and throwing me to the floor.
Where was that?
Um,
Where did that happen?
that was at a place where his ex husband lived,
Whose ex-husband?
Antonio Martinez.
Okay, go ahead.
And throwing me to the floor, leaving me a severe headache with scratches on my face and inside my right eye. She also insulted me verbally, yelling me that she was going to pull out my eyes and was going to kill me because I had messed with the wrong person. Luckily and thankfully that she was not armed. Law enforcement arrived at the scene and she was arrested. Due to her action towards me, I had to see the doctor, be off work for 3 days, and have a medical bill pending. Ms. Garcia Ortiz contacted me once again via social media on January 5th, asking if I had not learned anything after what she had done. I politely asked her to please leave me alone and not contact me at all because I don't have nor want anything to do with her. She can personally settle her affairs, leaving me alone. I think there is no justification why I had to go through all this with this lady. This case has left me traumatized for all of these obvious reasons. I request a restraining order against Ms. Garcia Ortiz, which has harmed me physically, mentally, and emotionally, disturbing my peace.
Did you bring printouts of the social media you said she sent you?
I do not. I don't have. I have them with me, but I just don't have them on paper. I have them on my phone.
Okay. All right. We may get back to that. Anything else then before I listen to her response?
No.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, would you like to respond to what she said?
Sí, porque
All right, then stand up, raise your right hand. The clerk will swear you in.
Solemnly swear the testimony shall give in the matter before this court will be the truth, the whole truth.
puedo decir la verdad.
Yes, I do swear to say the truth.
Your full name, please.
Así,
Your full name, please.
María Guadalupe García Ortiz,
María Guadalupe García Ortiz.
All right, and spell your surname.
Garsa.
Garsa.
García, ¿verdad?
Do you want Garcia, correct?
Garsia.
Garsia.
Thank you. Go ahead. What is your response?
Sí, yo contacté a la señora bajo una página que tengo de Facebook
I did contact the lady over here through a Facebook page that I have
para preguntarle qué relación tenía ella con la persona que era mi esposo,
to
bueno,
ask
mi
her what
pareja.
was the relationship that she had with the person that was my husband, that was my partner.
Y ella se portó, yo le hice una pregunta y ella se portó muy agresiva. Yo sí tengo las impresiones. Yo sí se traje.
I asked her a question, she behaved very aggressively. I do have the printouts. Los tengo.
Lo
La
tengo acá.
impresión. I brought them, they are in my car.
Donde yo le hice una pregunta a ella y ella me insultó, me dijo muchas cosas.
I asked her a question and she insulted me. She said many things to me.
What
Pero
did she say that was insulting?
¿Qué dijo ella que fue un insulto?
como se puso a la defensiva a decirme como que si yo tenía problema con mi marido, que lo arreglara con él.
She got defensive. She said if I had issues with my husband, that I should fix it with him.
Y hasta yo le dije yo le dije a ella que si, como ella me dijo que solamente eran amigos, le digo que estaba bien,
She said she said that they were only friends, and I said that's fine.
que mi pareja me había hablado de ella, que había dicho que le gustaba hablar con ella porque le traía paz, que
That
hablaba no sé qué, cosas
So
así.
my partner told me about her. She said that he liked to talk to her because she would make him feel in peace, things like that.
Y luego la volví yo a contactar un día porque vi en las redes sociales del que era mi esposo, vi
I contacted her again
algo que no,
and I contacted her again because I saw in my husband's, who used to be my husband's social media.
había algo que no me gustó y yo le hice un comentario a ella, entonces
I saw something that I didn't like, so I made a comment to her. Okay, sí.
entonces ella me dijo por las redes sociales que si yo tenía ovario, que la buscara.
And she said through social media that if I had ovaries, to look for her.
Que si yo era muy brava y me dijo que yo era ay, ¿cómo fue la palabra que me dijo?
He told me, well, if you are so daring, she said a word, what was the word?
Dijo que perra que ladraba no mordía, algo así.
She said something like, bitch that barks doesn't bite.
Ahí tengo los mensajes, me lo imprimieron.
I do have the messages, they were printed for me.
Y pero bueno, no hice caso de esos mensajes.
I ignored those messages.
El accidente que pasó el día 25 de diciembre, yo, según íbamos a salir con mi esposo a comer
The incident on December
los niños.
25th, espera un poco. The incident in December 25th, according to me, my husband and I were going to go out for dinner with the kids.
Íbamos a salir a comer con los niños, pero él me dijo que iba a trabajar.
We were going to go out to have dinner with the kids, but he said he was going to go to work.
Y ya después le hablé hasta la tarde y me dijo que andaba en Reno con unos amigos, que llegando de Reno íbamos a ir a comer.
I talked to him and he said he was going to arrive late, that he was in Reno with some friends, and when he got back, we were going to go out to dinner.
Y yo cuando hablé con él oí que estaba tomado, entonces dije voy a ir por él para que él no maneje.
I talked to him and I realized he had been drinking, so I said I'm going to go get him so that he doesn't have to drive.
Y cuando llegué en un mal momento porque
And when I arrived, it was bad timing
porque cuando llegué yo iban entrando y detrás de ellos yo llegué, parqué mi camioneta atrás de ellos.
¿Cuándo usted llegó? ¿Cuándo usted llegó?
Sí, cuando yo llegué, iban llegando también ellos.
When I arrived, they were arriving as well.
Entonces yo abrí mi camioneta y ahí estaba el papá de mis hijos.
I opened the pickup truck and there he was, the father of my kids.
Y yo le dije, quiero hablar contigo, y me dijo, vete para allá.
And I said, I want to talk to you. And he said, go over there.
Entonces yo me bajé de la camioneta y la vi a ella y caminé hacia ella
I got out of the truck. I saw her and I walked towards her.
y caminé hacia ella y entonces la confronté, le digo, oh, es verdad que tú andas con mi esposo, porque mi esposo,
Okay. So I saw her and I faced her and I said, oh, it's true that you are going out with my husband.
y entonces ella me dijo, y si así fuera, ¿qué?
And she said, if that's true, what if?
Entonces comenzamos a discutir y no sé en qué momento se dio de que nos agarramos
So we
y,
started arguing and I don't know when we started a fight.
y en eso llegó el señor Antonio y entre los dos comenzaron a golpearme porque yo solamente me fue en defensa propia porque
And
yo,
Mr. Antonio arrived and both of them started punching me and it was just for me self-defense because
y lo que pasa es que yo solamente fue en defensa propia que me estaba defendiendo porque yo tenía 20 días de operación. Traigo los documentos del doctor que tenía 20 días que me habían operado.
it was self-defense for me only. I had had surgery. It had been 20 days since I had had surgery and I have the documents here from the doctor.
Yo como pude me zafé de ellos dos, corrí hacia la camioneta que estaba prendida y con la puerta abierta.
However I could, I got rid of both of them and I ran towards the pickup truck, which door was open.
Porque me dieron un fuerte golpe aquí en mi cabeza que la policía, yo llamé a la policía.
They hit me really hard here on my head and the police, I called the police.
Porque pensé que por el golpe que me habían dado aquí, yo pensé que me había reventado porque como había perdido como la noción.
I thought that when they hit me here, I thought it was an open wound because I kind of I thought I had lost consciousness.
Lamentablemente yo fui arrestada porque como yo fui sola a ese lugar.
Unfortunately, I was arrested because I went over there by myself.
Y ellos estaban 5 personas ahí, estaba la señora Contreras, estaba el señor Antonio.
And they were like 5 people there. It was Miss Contreras, Mr. Antonio.
Y estaban otras 3 personas más que por cierto estaban tomados, venían llegando de Reno.
Other 3 people were there that were of course drunk. They were all getting back from Reno.
Excuse me for a second.
Lo siento, un segundo.
I've seen a couple of times when you two are commenting to each other. That's extremely disturbing, and I need to pay attention to the people who are sitting at the tables. No comments. That's outside. You can go have whatever conversations you want, but if you're in the courtroom, you just stay silent and observe. Right. Go ahead, please.
Y como le dije, lamentablemente yo fui arrestada porque como yo fui sola al lugar de los hechos y
Unfortunately, I was arrested because I went to where things took place by myself.
y como me explicó el policía, las 5 personas que estaban en ese lugar, bueno, la señora Contreras y las otras 4 personas dijeron la misma versión, dijeron lo mismo.
The policeman said, the officer said, unfortunately, that the other 5 people, Miss Contreras and the other 4 persons, said the same thing.
Y me llevaron arrestada, pero me quitaron todos los cargos porque el distrito me encontró inocente de todas las acusaciones que ellos me habían puesto.
Arrested, but all charges were withdrawn because the DA found that I was innocent of all the charges that they wanted to charge against me.
Whether the DA made a decision one way or the other isn't important right now. What happened that night is what's important. And unless the DA told you they think you're innocent, that's probably not the basis of their decision. They just decide whether to take cases or not based on a lot of factors. So let's move on to January 5th.
No, tengo los mensajes ahí que fue el 27 de diciembre.
I have messages from December 27.
Okay.
Parece que fue, nomás le dije a ella que porque el señor me seguía mandando mensaje,
I told her because he was still messaging me.
le dije a ella que pues que hablara con él para que me dejara en paz.
I told her to talk to him so that he would leave me alone.
Pero fue nada más por redes sociales.
But it was through social media only.
Did you have any other
Tuvo
conversation with her over social media
conversación con ella
after
por
December
redes
27th?
sociales. Después del 27 de diciembre.
No.
No.
All right, what else do you need to tell me in response to what she said?
En respuesta a lo que dijo él.
Ah, nada más, bueno, a lo que dijo ella, pues no tengo nada que decir porque lo que ella dijo que yo la tiré al suelo y que le dije que
Only
le iba a
what
matar.
only,
No.
only, well, about what she said, not anymore. What she said about me throwing her to the ground and that I was going to kill her.
Ah, porque eso es lo que dijo ella, que yo la tiré al suelo y que yo la pateé. No, es imposible porque yo estaba recién operada.
Okay. So what she said about me throwing her to the ground and that I kicked her, it's impossible because I had just had surgery.
Y por lo cual estoy arrepentida porque fue algo que no estoy acostumbrada a hacer.
I regret it. It's not
Y
something that I am
le pido una disculpa.
used to do,
Y
and I do apologize.
yo sé que fue un grave error de mi parte
I know it was a big mistake on my side
porque ese día de estar con mis hijos fui a buscar a una persona
because that day, instead of staying with my kids, I went to look for someone that, una persona que qué.
pues no, ya no vale nada en mi vida.
A person that it's not worth anything in my life anymore.
Ms. Garcia, I know a couple of other people came here with you. Are they here to testify about what happened between you and Ms. Reyes, or are they here just to support you?
Entre usted y la señora Reyes, o solamente están aquí para apoyarla?
Para apoyarme.
To support me.
And Ms. Reyes, I know you have a couple of other people here. Are they witnesses to what happened between the two of you, or are they just here to support you?
Están solo aquí para apoyar.
They could be witnesses.
Podrían ser testigos.
Well, you're the one who decides if they're witnesses or not.
Yes.
So are you planning on having them testify as well?
Yes.
Okay. Who am I going to hear from first?
¿De quién voy a escuchar primero?
Antonio Martinez.
All right, Mr. Martinez, would you just go ahead and stand at the railing right behind Ms. Reyes, please? Raise your right hand.
solemnly swear the testimony you shall give in the
Juro
matter of
solemnemente que el testimonio que va a dar ante este tribunal será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más la verdad. Sí.
All right, your full name, please.
Antonio Martinez,
Spell your last name.
Antonio Martínez, deletrea su nombre.
M-A-R-T-I-N-E-Z.
M-A-R-I-N-E-Z.
Thank you. All right, what is it you can tell me about what's been going on between the two of them? And when I say that, I mean not what somebody has told you has happened, but what you have actually seen and heard. Go ahead, please.
The first thing is she's lying because I'm Antonio Martinez. She went with me. I'm her kid's father.
Okay.
So we went with Miss Jacqueline, but we never was drinking.
So, do you think he needs interpreter or?
No, I think he's
¿Necesita intérprete?
Sería mejor.
Sí, it will be, I think it will be, I also think it will be better. He's asking for an interpreter.
okay. That's fine. You can go ahead and respond in Spanish, and she'll do the interpreting. All right. So start over. What is it you can tell me about the two of them?
Entonces, háblele al juez de lo que le estaba diciendo en español.
Que está mintiendo ella porque en ningún momento la atacamos entre los dos.
She's lying because there was no time where we both attacked her.
Cuando yo le dije que se hiciera para un lado para hablar con ella,
When I told her to go over there, to go aside, to step aside so I could talk to her,
tengo que tirar un poco de basura y fui a hacer del baño.
I was throwing away some trash and I went to the bathroom.
Cuando yo regresé, ella estaba golpeando a Jacqueline.
When I came back, she was punching Jacqueline Reyes.
Lo que yo hice fue apartarla de ellas para que Jacqueline pudiera correr o irse.
What I did was take her away so that Jacqueline could run and get out of that situation.
Traté de abrazarla y se me volteó a mí, entonces me empezó a voltear a mí.
I tried to hug her and she started hitting me. She turned around and started hitting me.
Yo tengo una orden de restricción que fue dismissed, tengo una corte para el día 26 de marzo.
I have a restraining order. I have a court date on March 26th
Contra ella.
against her.
You said that you and Ms. Garcia have children. How many?
Usted dice que usted y la señora García tenemos hijos. Two.
What are their ages?
¿Cuáles son las edades? ¿Qué edad tienen?
9 y
9 y 7.
9 and 7.
When is the last time
¿Cuándo fue
that
la
you
última
and
vez
Ms.
que
Garcia
la señora García
were in a relationship together?
estuvieron en una relación juntos?
Terminamos, yo decidí terminar todo, bueno,
I,
en agosto,
I decided to end everything in August,
pero todo se terminó totalmente antes de cerrar septiembre.
but everything was finalized before the end of September.
Have the two of you, was it a marriage or was it a partnership?
¿O eran pareja?
No, solamente nos pareja.
We were a partnership.
Got it. Okay, so that is what you had to tell me about December 25th.
Sí, acerca del incidente.
De diciembre 25, sí, también lo que ella dijo del enero 5, igual.
Yes, December 25th, and also what she mentioned about January 5th.
Creo que también yo tengo unos screenshots de la conversación que ella me mandó a...
I also have some screenshots of the conversation what she sent to.
And what does the screenshot
¿Y
say?
qué es lo que dicen esos pantallazos?
Que no entendimos de lo que nos hizo, ¿no? Como que no entendimos de lo que nos hizo, de la golpiza que nos dio.
That we didn't understand why she did that. Why did she hit us?
Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat, please.
Gracias, se puede sentar.
And was there somebody else that you wanted me to hear from,
¿Alguien
Ms. Reyes?
que usted,
Yes.
señora,
Who's that?
que usted quiere que
Moisés.
escuche? Sí, ¿quién es?
Moisés.
Moisés.
Moises,
Moisés.
Right.
I don't know his last name.
No sé su
Okay.
apellido.
Would you come up to the same spot there, please?
¿Quiere intérprete? Ok.
We'll start with having you sworn in.
Va a prestar juramento, levanta la mano derecha.
solemnly swear the testimony before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Your full name, please.
Es López Cerny.
Moisés López Cerda.
Cer-
Cerna. Lopez.
And you prefer to be addressed as Mr. Lopez. All right. What can you tell me about what was going on between the two of them? And Ms. Wolf, I know you're translating just for him, but she also, oh, got it. Thank you. Perfect. So what can you tell me about what went on between them?
De todo el día del evento 25,
First of all, on the day of the incident, the 25th,
veníamos de Reno.
we're coming back from Greenwood.
Para aclarar, yo no tomo, tengo más de 8 años.
And just to clarify things, I do not drink. I have been sober for 8 years, over 8 years.
Todos los que andábamos, nadie tomó.
And all of us that were together, nobody was drinking. The other ones that were there did drink, but the day before.
How do you know Ms. Garcia?
porque sé que es la ex pareja de Antonio.
I know she's the ex-partner of Antonio, who is my coworker.
And how do you know Ms. Reyes?
Él la empezó a conocer y me la presentó
Because when
antes del evento.
because when he met her, he introduced her to me before this incident happened.
What happened on the 25th?
Llegamos, todos que nos estacionamos más 1 o 2 minutos, el vehículo de ella para nosotros.
When we arrived, we parked, and 1 or 2 minutes after that, her vehicle arrived. She was there. She parked behind us. Parked behind the vehicle where we were parked.
Yo me bajé del vehículo,
I got out of my car.
me fui hacia adelante, caminando, me fui caminando hacia adelante.
I walked towards the front of the
Abrí,
vehicle
abrir el lugar donde habitamos.
to check the place where we were going to stay.
Y aquí iba, no sé si delante o detrás de mí en ese momento. Jacqueline,
And Jacqueline was walking. I don't know if she was ahead of me or behind me.
yo estaba tratando de abrir la puerta.
When I was trying to open the door,
La señora pasó detrás de mí,
went by behind me.
hizo preguntas a ella.
She asked her questions.
Ella le contestó, tal vez no escuché bien.
She replied, I don't know, maybe I didn't hear very well.
Y comenzó ella a golpearla a ella.
And she started hitting her.
Le dijo que le iba a sacar los ojos,
She told her she was going to take her eyes out,
a lastimar,
that she was going to hurt
que
her,
la iba a matar
that she was going to kill her,
y que no sabía con quién se estaba metiendo.
and that she didn't know who she was messing with.
Volvió cuando pasó el momento de esa trifulca.
When that
Solo quiero aclarar algo, Jackie nunca la golpeó ni más bien solo como que se quiso
when that incident happened, I want to clarify that Jacqueline never hit her. She just defend herself. He never touched a hair on her.
Okay.
Estaba muerta de miedo, no había ni qué hacer.
She was very afraid. She didn't know what to do.
Como hombre no reaccioné por miedo a que
Because I am a man, I didn't react because I was worried that
ella dijera que yo la golpease o algo.
that she would say that I hit her or something.
Pero cuando don Antonio pasó y la fue a separar a ella de ella,
But when Don Antonio came over and he was separating her from her,
dijo, llévate ya aquí. Entonces yo iba al vehículo que veníamos.
told me take Jackie away, so I got her in the car where we were,
Y me quedé fuera del vehículo cuidando que ella no volviera ahí.
and he told me to stay in the vehicle, so making sure that she wouldn't approach the vehicle.
Estaba queriendo calmarla a ella,
He was trying to calm her down,
pero ella vino
but she came over,
y
she
le
was still
tiró
very
un
angry.
termo similar al que tiene el oficial allá.
She had a thermos similar to the one that the officer passed
En el
over,
rostro a don Antonio y se lo pegó acá.
and he hit Antonio with it.
Fue casi por el mismo enojo, por el vehículo. El enojo golpear el vehículo
I know it because she was so angry. I think she wanted to hit the car, the vehicle.
y volvió a pasar y de ahí se fue.
She went by again and then she left.
Antes de montarse al vehículo, le dijo que le vendería su alma al diablo con tal que él no fuera.
Under getting back in her vehicle, she told him she will sell her soul to the devil
Y
to just make him not be
que
happy,
nunca volvería a ver a sus hijos.
and that she would make sure that he was never going to see his children.
Mr. Lopez, do you know who called the police?
Para mí creí que había sido ella.
I thought it was Jackie.
Did you see her do it or you just think that's what happened?
Lo que pasa es que ella estaba en el vehículo, cuando yo la metí al vehículo, era así como dando la
The
espalda
thing
a
is that
él.
she was in the vehicle, and when she went
Dice
into
ella.
the vehicle, I stayed outside and my back was towards her, so I couldn't see.
You don't know. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. Ms. Reyes, do you know who called the police?
I called the police.
Okay.
And I believe I was told that she did also call the
Y
police.
creo que me dijeron que ella también había llamado a
Thank
la
you.
policía.
Ms. Garcia, what would you like to say in response to what Mr. Martinez and Mr. Lopez said?
Sí, señor López, acuérdese de hacer pausa para que yo pueda intervenir.
Es su palabra en contra la mía. Solo estaba yo.
It's their word against mine, and I mean, I was the only one there.
El señor López es amigo de Antonio.
Mr. Lopez is friends.
Trabajan en el mismo trabajo. La señora Reyes es pareja de Antonio. Yo no tengo.
Mr. Lopez is friends with Antonio. They work in the same job. Miss Reyes is his partner. I don't have anyone that,
Así que yo no tengo como.
so I don't have a way of.
Nada más quiero hacer un comentario. Lo que pasa
I
que
would like to make a comment.
tuvimos una corte hace 8 días
We had a court date 8 days ago
donde nos pusimos orden de restricción, nada más que la jueza lo desestimó entre el señor Antonio y yo.
where between Mr. Antonio and I, we were asking for restraining order, and the case was dismissed by the judge.
Pero en esa corte, bueno, yo le sugerí a la jueza,
That in that court,
yo le pedí a la jueza
I asked the judge
que el señor Antonio tuviera visita con los niños porque ellos son los que más están sufriendo de todo esto.
that Mr. Antonio could have visited with his children because they are the ones that are mostly suffering with all of this.
Ellos ahorita están recibiendo terapias,
They are
al
in
igual que
therapy,
yo.
same as I.
Y como lo que dijo el señor Moisés, que yo había dicho que él jamás nunca iba a ver a mis hijos, eso es
And like he
mentira.
Like Mr. Moises said, that I said that he was never going to see his children again, that's a lie.
Para mí en estos momentos, mi prioridad son mis hijos.
My priority right now are my children.
Y acepto la restricción que me dé con ella, nada más que mis hijos.
And I accept the restraining order that she is asking for, but I would like my children.
Mis hijos ahorita los fines de semana se están yendo con el señor y tienen contacto con la señora.
They are going every weekend with him and they have contact with her.
Y yo sé que una orden de restricción yo no me lo puedo arrimar a ellos, a ella, pero si ella ahorita está con el papá de mis hijos
And if I have a restraining order, I cannot get close to her, but if she's with him and my children,
y surge una emergencia,
there's an
como
emergency.
algo de mis hijos le pasa algo, se me cae o algo y él lo tiene que llevar al doctor.
Like if there's an emergency and one of my kids fall or something and he has to take them to the doctor,
Yo tengo que llegar ahí para ver cómo está mi hijo.
I wanna go and over there and check how my child is doing.
Solamente si en caso de emergencia que se requiera mi presencia, como tengo la custodia física y legal
Only in
ahorita
the
yo.
case of an emergency, if my presence is needed, since I have physical and legal custody.
De ahí en lo demás, yo no estoy interesada en su vida de la señora ni del señor.
Other than that, I'm not interested in the life of her or his life.
Ahorita yo estoy enfocada en mis hijos y en la prioridad de mis hijos y en mi trabajo y,
Right now, I'm focused on my children. They are my priority and my job
y en mi crecimiento personal,
and in my personal growth.
nada más.
That's it.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Based on what I've heard, I'm going to issue a 1-year restraining order against you, Ms. Garcia. Ms. Reyes, restraining orders can be extended as you get close to the termination date. That's more paperwork that you would need to file to try to get that to happen. It's not guaranteed, but it can happen. But it's going to be a 1-year order. All of the terms of the order will be the same as they've been under the temporary order. Regarding emergencies concerning the children, if those come up, and it's truly an emergency that requires your presence, going to your children is not something that would necessarily be a violation of the restraining order, but it depends on what the circumstances are each time, and a judge would have to decide if it was something that did violate the order or not. But I would expect Ms. Reyes would make sure that she is not putting you in a position that causes you to violate the order, because if you do things that intentionally put her in a position where she is violating the order, that's not a violation of the order. That's you actually interfering with her ability to carry out the order, which could lead to you then being subject to punishment for doing that. All right. Ms. Reyes, you need to go to the second floor self-help center. You know where that is? If you don't, it's on the second floor. It says self-help center, family law facilitator, and self-help center. They do both of those things. They will be expecting you. They will help you put the paperwork together for the order after hearing. That's the next order, the 1-year restraining order. I will order as well that the sheriff's office is to serve it for you once again. But Ms. Garcia, the order is effective right now. Whether you ever get served with it or not, you still are under that 1-year restraining order. All right. This has nothing to do with any other orders or filings that anybody's done. It's just this case brought by Ms. Reyes against Ms. Garcia that I'm making these orders on. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.